I'm one of the founders of Unite Labs, and we are helping biotechs have a more automated and AI-ready R&D process by providing the infrastructure that gets their digital world connected with the physical lab, as you so nicely put. As anyone here knows, the biotech R&D is in dire need of transformation. Generative AI might be the key to unlocking biology at scale, but now the bottleneck in the process is shifting from the desk and the digital world to the physical world, to the lab. And to catch up with what we can do in the digital world, the physical lab has to become more automated. But in reality, most labs aren't anywhere near being ready for large-scale automation. As we heard today earlier, data is stuck in silos, and automation is still more of a wish than a reality in most cases. And that is because the more you try to connect the physical lab to anything digital, the more difficult it gets. It just scales exponentially. For example, if you want to get data out of the labs, the bioinformatics teams and the automation teams collaborate and build data connectors for every single instrument. They have to work around locked-in vendor solutions, and in any error that comes up in there causes the pipelines to break and requires lots of manual work and means lost data down the line. For automation, it's even worse. There's a mix of expensive custom solutions from different vendors and self-built hacks that you just try to hack around the vendor interfaces. And then biologists that turned automation engineers spend their days reverse engineering these interfaces. And when they think about scaling this up, it makes them lose the last hours of their sleep that they have in the night. So when you combine this, the split of data and automation infrastructure just leads to an unsustainable ecosystem. It was too expensive to build, it took way too long to set up, and now changing it seems impossible. And worst of all, this architecture is unfit for future use cases. It prevents agility, innovation, and ultimately good science. So we're building a platform that's established an infrastructure for data automation and the future of AI. It covers the whole digital journey of a biotech lab, enabling them to get scientific discoveries faster to the market. Lab automation specialists spend half of their time on fixing integrations, and our platform fixes that. Automation projects with our platform go live 3 times faster than without us. Right now, we're creating the industry's first developer tool for AI-ready lab automation. It allows you to control your lab like you would control a data pipeline. And you can use it for anything from getting your data just into a database, out of an instrument, or letting an AI scientist run your whole lab, and anything in between. And all from the same interface. While our goal is to transform labs, we want to tackle the problem at the root. We are the maintainer of the leading industry standard for lab integration. We partner with integrators to co-develop infrastructure that leads to a more connected lab. Hardware vendors ask us to help define their interfaces. And we're working with customers in the US, Switzerland, and Germany that build their digital, automated, and AI-ready labs on our technology. Connectivity in biotech labs is a universal problem. Not only do the labs and also the integrators, vendors, and solution providers struggle with connecting. We've built strong offerings around solving this pain with licensable infrastructure, and that allows anyone to provide more integrated solutions. And we have a set of solutions and products that we can offer to different vendors, different partners as they go and then grow their lab and digital offerings. Our team unites the expertise to execute this vision. I've tackled digitalization and innovation in various industries before, responsible for things like these middle of the night pitching and fundraising and the team. The idea originated with my co-founder Lucas, who faced these challenges during his PhD, where he tried to optimize the bioprocess with machine learning and then went on to specify that standard that we still maintain today. And he's responsible for go-to-market and our customer satisfaction. And for Julian, he's been a software engineer half his life. It's his second time as a CTO of a startup. And we are supported by an industry veteran investor out of lab automation systems. The name was here earlier today, and a growing team of really stellar people that I'm really proud to have on board. So if you believe that biotechs deserve an IT architecture of this century in their labs, then please become part of our journey. Connect with me today, and I'm really looking forward to all your questions. And thank you very much.
All right, reviewers, over to you. Questions?
I didn't do a clock on this. How many minutes was that?
That was 5.
Okay. So a couple of things. First of all, I'm assuming you're pitching this like you're pitching to investors. So I'm going to assume I'm an investor here from my perspective. All right. you had a lot of slides that had a lot of information on it. And honestly, I don't know if it's just that it's 3:15 in the afternoon, but it was overwhelming. All right. Meaning you had a lot of graphs and charts and that would require some additional explanation. And I'm going to also make an assumption that you're not always going to be talking to investors that are experts in your field. And so I would have slimmed down a whole bunch of that stuff that you had on those slides because I had to think too much on every one of those slides. And I'm not an expert in this space. So let me just clarify that up front. The second part of it is you didn't need to go so fast. You had, you had an ample time in your case. If you did want to get into explain some of those details, I think you had a total of, I think, 12 or 13 slides. Just so you know, I spend my day doing this with startup companies every day, and I like to call it the 3-minute pitch, not the 10-minute pitch. And the reason I say that is if you can explain your business in 3 minutes, people will understand a lot better what you're doing. I was not clear on the economic model either when you went through it. You talked to the chart had like all different types of subscriptions. It just wasn't clear to me of really what the economic model was. The other thing is what's your ask here? I'm not really clear if there's an ask or not. Now, on the positive side, I think, your slides themselves are, very nicely put together, but there's just less, you need less is more. All right. That's my philosophy. So that's the input I'd give you. And that overall, one other thing, are you a corporation in the United States or are you a German corporation or what are you?
Yeah, we're a German corporation in Munich.
Okay. I don't know if I know you said you were in Munich, but I don't know if I was clear about that. And if you are raising capital and you're talking to US either venture or, well, in your case, maybe it's more early stage. I'm not sure exactly where you are because I didn't get the ask. You want to make sure that it's the type of organization that's going to invest in a foreign company because some of the funds will never invest in a foreign organization. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Check. Yeah, I would echo a lot of those same comments. I think slowing down, less is more, simpler slides, and you'll find that if you can deliver sort of an emotional message and a compelling why about your business, then you'll have plenty of follow-up questions and people will want to dig in deeper on a one-on-one meeting where you can walk them through lots of details. That's my general feedback. Thanks. More questions? You got 2 minutes left.
Well, I just want to ask you, are you raising capital? And if so, what's the raise and what are you looking for? And where are you? What has been your previous raises, et cetera?
Yeah. So we are raising, we are not raising yet. We are preparing our pre-seed round, around 1.5 million for that. And currently waiting on a few things to really flesh that out and getting feedback like this call on how to get the message across the best.
And are you going to, is your customer base in the United States or primarily, what are you targeting in terms of your customer base initially?
Yeah, we have customers in the US, but also in Europe. Like we have big pharma companies that we have early projects and talk to that are based in Switzerland and Germany. And we also have biotech companies or smaller startups in Boston already, and a bit all over the place, as this industry is also a bit all over the place, I would say. And so far, it hasn't been an issue to focus on an area so much. So we don't want to leave out the US business, but we also want to stay strong in Europe where we are based.
All right. And with just one question on the pitch. Sometimes pitches feel like you're trying to blend like a sales pitch or a strategic partner pitch with a capital raising pitch. Was this something that you've used for other sort of applications in terms of presenting, or is this your investor pitch?
Yeah, we're iterating on the investor pitch. It was a bit more slimmed down in the beginning, and I thought this might be an opportunity to test a bit on a more complex side, more like a semi-read deck, which I wanted to send out to also get a bit more in depth with what we're doing and why it's a bit more complex and why we want it to be a bit more complex than just saying, hey, we do like a small platform that solves this little thing. Yeah, so that was a test tonight, let's say.
I'm happy to, if you want to connect with me separately, I'll happy to provide some things, at least in the US market. If you're early stage raising capital, I could maybe help you with some.
Could you state your name again, please?
Bobby Edelman.
Okay, thank you very much.